I know it's drizzling, but in California, it's the movie Twister outside right now. It's wild. If my socks get wet, that's the first horseman of the apocalypse, is my socks getting wet. If my socks get wet, I'm like, we need to take the women and children to crypto arena so they can shelter there. I'll come meet you guys with supplies. I am from Los Angeles. I just want to do a little regional stuff to get the thing going, you know? People love regional comedy. I am from Los Angeles, everybody. He, him, kale, Whole Foods. No, that hasn't been my experience. People think Los Angeles is superficial because of Hollywood. I've had people that have never been here to my face go like, I don't know, LA just seems so fake. And when they say the word fake, it echoes through my whole body, and I get a PTSD flashback to that one time that I got stabbed by a Dodgers fan. I also remember when a meth addict shot my dog. LA feels real to me. Feels like a very real place, it's funny because nobody's ambivalent about LA. People either love it or they hate it. People that hate it are like, oh, it's superficial, it's fake, Hollywood. The people that love it don't even call it Los Angeles. They call it Hollywood. Like, people in the Midwest, I've met people that have never been here, and they're like, oh my God, wow. You live in Hollywood, oh my God. You guys make all the movies. I'm like, you guys, there's millions of people in Los Angeles. Some actors, directors, producers, and a handful of pedophiles make all the movies. Everyone else is just buttering toast and watching reruns of Judge Judy. Like, it's a very, very normal place. Speaking of depraved rich weirdos, did anyone else think it was weird that as soon as they shut down Jeffrey Epstein's sex island, billionaires started going to space recreationally? Did you guys notice that? Either those fellas were bored or they never got invited, okay? And they do what all children do. They're like, I'm taking my Tonka truck home to space. Nobody plays, okay? Yeah, it was just a weird, because it was like, you know, Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. And shortly after that, autistic billionaires started having weird meetings. They're just like, hey, everybody, I'm glad you guys can make it. There's coffee, there's donuts, help yourselves. Also, I need a team of engineers to build me a space shuttle now. That timeline is incredibly accurate, but I made that conspiracy theory up. Please help me share it. My favorite conspiracy right now is that the vaccine has a microchip in it. Have you guys heard this? Pretty solid conspiracy. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. If you guys would just grab your right thigh real quick, I'm sure you have a cell phone in there. How on earth would they track us without a microchip? Who we're hanging out with, what we're doing, what we're eating, what emojis we like. If you think that the vaccine has a microchip in it, you are out of your mind. Because it's actually a microscopic school bus with a wacky science teacher in her classroom. And they go on scientific adventures in your body, okay? If you want to find out why hemoglobin is red, you have to get the Moderna, okay? By the way, that's not a political joke. These are my political views in a nutshell. If you use your turn signals when you drive a car, I think you're fantastic. That's all of it, okay? That's it. I had a friend go crazy because I was driving on the freeway and someone had a weird bumper sticker, but I'm pretty sure it was a swastika, on their truck, and my friend went crazy. He was like, dude, stay away from that guy, he's got a swastika on his car. I was like, that guy let me merge. Actions speak louder than words, you know? That guy just needs a hug or some ayahuasca, something, you know. I like science a lot. I really do. I found this out. I don't know if you guys know this, but when octopuses mate, the male's penis detaches from his body and swims itself into the female's vagina, like a little heat-seeking missile. She gets pregnant, and then he just dies, which is heartbreaking. But I know a lot of women that would prefer it that way. I'm just saying. There's no hashtag #MeToo movement in the octopus world. It's funny too because when his penis detaches from his body, due to the blood loss, the male octopus actually develops dementia. Yeah. How awful. How confusing are his last moments in ocean? He's just like floating in a cloud of his own blood. His penis is swimming away from him. And he's just like, Rosebud! He's confused. I want my family back. That's awful. So yeah, dating is hard, okay? It's funny, I recently got verbally assaulted by a woke supremacist. Which is to say, I went on a blind date with a white woman. Man, it was gnarly. I met up with her, and we were chatting, and she just, I don't know, I got a weird vibe from her, so I was like, I'm gonna throw a little something out there just to see like what her sense of humor is like. And she was like, oh, what did you do today? And I was like, I was the only man on an all-women's comedy show, so I got to be the minority for the day. I don't know, that's cute, right? That's fun. And then she paused, and then she goes, you're a straight white male. You can't be the minority. And I looked over at the humor gauge, and the needle didn't even move. I tapped it. I was like, oh my God. Horrifying. Also triggering. She just like assumed everything about me. This is a blind date, right? She called me a straight white male. Male is accurate. Straight by default, I guess. I guess. I almost went home with a pre-op trans woman in Baltimore, Maryland, okay? 3-hour-long conversation. I didn't do it, but the door was a little cracked. I don't know, very feminine and beautiful. Straight. The only thing she knows about me is that I'm from Los Angeles. My cat is pansexual, okay? When Delilah's in heat, she tries to have sex with the other cat. If the other cat's not having it, she tries to have sex with our pitbull. If the pitbull's not having it, she rubs her vagina on me, okay? Just a lot of assumptions going on here. She also called me white. I'm first generation Mexican, Nicaraguan American, okay? Both of my parents are immigrants. My mom got pregnant all the way down in Mexico City, and she ran that kickoff through the border illegally and scored a touchdown at General Hospital, Los Angeles, baby. Naturalized. I think it's pretty sure she said naturalized and then spiked me right when I was born. She's going for the extra point, the field goal. Is he going to be handsome? Oh, it's a fake 2-point conversion. Smart and funny. All right. I started landscaping when I was like 8 years old just to help chip in, okay? There's a big difference between white privilege and super awesome, cool white perks, all right? But yeah, I mean, we had no chemistry. Horrible day. No chemistry with this person. And she just like waterboarded me with wokeness. And I was like, oh my God, live a life. Oh, this is crazy. And finally the bill came. And I was like, dude, I was like, we're going to split the bill. We're going to go Dutch tonight. And then she goes, I guess if you want. Which is very traditional if you ask me. Okay? Kind of a 180 there. And then I paused. And then I said, I want. I have a new rule for dating someone for the first time. If you say the word patriarchy more than 3 times, you pay for your own Thai food. That's just me, okay? I Actually, we're gonna topple the patriarchy tonight, okay? You're gonna pay for dinner, and I'm gonna give you head in your Honda Accord, okay? How about that? So yeah, I had that day, and then I was like kind of weary. I was like, maybe I should just play video games online or something. I don't know if dating's the thing for me. And then I went on another day, and this was a black woman, and she also, in like one line, just assumed everything about me, except it was hilarious and accurate. We're just like hanging out, and then at one point she just goes, "What are you?" And I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm silly, so I was like, "Oh, I'm a Leo, but my rising moon sign." And then she goes, "No. And then this is what she says verbatim. She goes, "You seem white, but not quite." I was like, oh my God. Like, if she had a microphone, I would have dropped it for her. Like, that's it. You did it was awesome. So I told her, I was like, well, I was born here in the United States, but my mom is from Mexico, and my dad is from Nicaragua. And then she just goes, "Why did you say it like that?" And I was like, "Say what? Like what?" And she put her hands on her hips, and she leaned forward, and she went, "Nicaragua." Like super white, you know, like mocking me, like she wanted me to spice it up or something. She wanted me to be like, "Yes, my name is Jonathan Wilberth Galliano. I was born here in the good old US of A. My father is from Nicaragua. Es un nicaragüense." I roll my R's and curve my J's. Crazy. If I did that back to her, that would be a hate crime. Woke people would be crying in the streets. Because in her mind, you're supposed to pronounce the name of that country like a person from that country. So if I did that back to her, I'd be like, "Oh, well, what's your deal?" She's like, "I'm African American." I'm like, "You're actually pronouncing it incorrectly. It's actually pronounced African American." A lot of chemistry on that date. A lot of chemistry, more dates. I paid for dinner that night. Yeah. I don't mind paying for dinner. I'm bad with money. I'll just say that. Like, there's a weird line that you cross from generosity to just like bad with money. I'm so bad with money that I actually joined a cult. Yeah, this is a true story. Do we have any other Costco members? Nice. We got some Kirkland acolytes in the room tonight representing. Costco is a horrifying place. Those are the most selfish shoppers on the planet, okay? They're just like tunnel vision. They're like bright white sharks, and when they drink a sample or eat a sample, their eyes turn white. They roll up to the back of their head. Just crazy. Costco operates under the same rules as New York City. Like when you walk into Costco, like in New York, when you're in there, like Manhattan or whatever, the further up you go, the more dangerous that it gets, okay? And Costco's the same rules. Like you walk in, it's like optometry, vitamins, protein powder, and then when you get to the sample area, that's like the 42nd Street of Costco. A soccer mom will run you over with her cart and leave you for dead to get to a 2-ounce sample of acai berry juice on a Sunday. Horrifying. And then you just keep going in deeper and deeper, and it gets crazy. There's more samples. I start listening. I hear across 110th Street when I'm going in there, okay? Like the Jackie Brown soundtrack. I'm just like, oh my God. The rotisserie chicken area is the Spanish Harlem of Costco. Someone will pull out a butterfly knife and stab you for that last chicken, okay? It is wild. Costco is also the only store I've ever been in my life where people don't get into the shortest lines for some reason. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's upsetting me just thinking about it. They have like 20 cashiers, but everyone there is so tunnel visioned and dumb that they go, "Oh, I see people here, so I guess this is where the line is at." So there's like 16 people here, and then there's like 3 in this line. It's madness. Why aren't you guys ripping your faces off? This is crazy. It's insane. I think I have OCD from Costco. I really do. This is how bad it's gotten, my OCD. When I'm waiting in line, I turn every single item so that the barcodes are facing towards the cashier, so they never have to take my items out of my cart. They can just take their little cashier Costco gun and just go boop, 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 and I can run far, far away from Costco. I have obsessive Costco disorder. There. I'm being vulnerable. I do. And I get it treated at Costco. They have Kirkland Psychiatry next to the optometry. Very convenient. I keep doing Trump hands. I'm like, oh, good. I had an event take place at Costco that almost shattered my psyche. I barely made it out of there in one mental piece. I got in line. It was Sunday, so it was jam-packed. And the lines were all crazy. And then there was just one line with 2 people in it. And I realized at that point that the cashier is brand new. And I was like, okay, that's going to be like a minor setback, but I'll be out of here soon. And then I realized that the woman in front of me is trying to return a television, right? And this is not where you return items. And to make matters scarier and worse, it wasn't in a cart. Her 2 children were carrying a flat screen TV, like some kind of makeshift little Mexican child cart that she had walking around. And I was like, oh my God. I got stuck in line at Costco for 20 minutes. Do you know how crazy that is? I thought someone dosed my chicken bake with acid. Time dilated, okay? I started thinking about the concept of non-existence at Costco. Maybe because they have so many things. I was just like looking around and there was like double door refrigerators and I'm like a flat screen TV and they have a refrigerator with a flat screen TV built into it and I was just like, where did all of this come from? Right? And I started thinking, I was like, well, all this came from humans, but where did humans come from? Well, humans came from monkeys, but where did monkeys come from? Well, there was like a mole when there was dinosaurs. I'm like, what about that? Well, a fish came out of the ocean 400 million years ago, and I was stuck in line, so I just kept going, and I got all the way to the Big Bang. But I was like, but where did the Big Bang come from? Because it just wasn't always there, so I kept going, and I got all the way to nothing. And I was like, did everything come from nothing? Because if it came from nothing, then nothing isn't nothing because nothing can be anything. Is that what God is? The infinite nothingness of creative potential? Because we all come from that too. Are we all just God in drag playing hide and go seek with ourselves? Is the woman returning the television God? Is the cashier God? Is Costco God? So now I understand why people get into the longest line when they're at Costco. Because why would you ever want to leave the glory of Costco, people? Costco is good all the time, all the time. Costco is good. $5 for rotisserie chicken during inflation? What a good God. Okay? $1.50 for a 100% beef hot dog and a fountain drink? What a loving God. And for just $60 a year, you guys can join me on Sunday for Kirkland Communion, where we consume the body of Christ in the form of samples. God damn it, I got the Spirit! Sam's let me down! Thank you guys so much! Oh. You guys are fantastic!
Wow, you made it all the way to the end of the video. You must have really liked it, and I'm so glad. I'm humbled that you think this is the greatest YouTube channel that ever existed. I mean, your words, not mine. If you want to see more neurodivergent comedy, then please click subscribe down below and the little bell thingy set to all alerts, otherwise you might miss it. If you're an anxious mess like me, you can just go to fulldork.com. We post everything on there, live dates, full specials, everything. Now I gotta go. I'm told these are best when you cut them off at exactly 30